All right, everybody. Today is the day that we've all been waiting for. Finally, I can't believe it's here. Don't let us down, boys. It's the Area 51 raid going on today. Today is the day. Can you believe it? Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Oh, are you serious? What? Oh my goodness. What a joke. So, if you've been living under a rock, I guess, are there rocks on the internet? So, I'm sure. I'm sure you know, but Area 51 is top secret military base in Nevada, Groom Lake. It goes from the 50s. That's where they tested the U-2 and a bunch of spy planes, F-117 Nighthawk. Anyway, supposedly used to be where the government kept all its top secret black projects and aircraft. Supposedly there's aliens living there. It used to be the longest runway in the world was built here at Groom Lake, because you'd have airplanes that need all that space to take off and land, and then you always could land on the desert bed, the dry lake bed if you need to for emergencies. Anyway, but super secret. Government denied it existed for years, but I mean, you could see it when you go hike the mountains. Soviet spy satellites finally took pictures of it and gave it out, and oh, it doesn't exist. I did a report on this in school a long time ago. So that's that. It's in movies all the time. You know Area 51. But there was this meme that started maybe over the summer a couple months ago. Hey, we're citizens, we deserve a right. We demand to know what secrets are being kept in Area 51. And it's top secret. They got authority to kill you if you trespass and all that stuff. They keep buying different mountains next to the base, because people will go and hike up there at night with their infrared cameras and take photos of what goes on, because the base really only operates at night. And the government didn't like that, so they kept buying mountains to make it private property so people couldn't trespass and get close. And now I think maybe there's one distant mountain you can actually hike on to barely see the base, but I don't know, whatever. Supposedly they've moved to different bases elsewhere that are more secluded and not as well known, because Area 51 is the worst kept secret. Anyway, rambling. So this meme came up. We're going to storm the gates, and we're just going to overwhelm the security with a mob of angry, attention-seeking millennials and young kids, I guess, teenage, high schoolers, whatever. And then we're going to Naruto run, ninja run all the way there. And then these memes started showing up of celebrities saying they're engaged. Chuck Norris, I'm in, I'll see you there. And Will Smith, I accept the Area 51 challenge and stuff. So it was a funny joke. But there's actually people there. Today's the day of the raid that are going to try and do this. I actually saw my YouTube feed yesterday night. There was some, I don't know, randos live streaming. They were there, and I didn't see very many people. It was late at night, but a lot of food trucks. Hey, those guys got to eat, and I'm sure that they love to eat a lot of snacky junk food. So a lot of food trucks I saw, and was it Rachel? Is that the little town next to Area 51? I think it's the town. Wow, how do I remember that? I think that's it. Anyway, this town is overwhelmed because there's just so many people have descended onto this small desert town, and they don't have room and space. So people are camping, and it's just pandemonium. But they're gonna I guess rush the gates today or tonight, or maybe it's happened already by the time I film this. I don't know. It's funny. But I don't, I'd feel real bad if anyone booked a flight or, made extensive plans to go here and do this, because I don't know if they understand the logistics of what's involved, right? Let's be honest, most of these people probably aren't really, in great shape. So, running any distance is probably not something they're very good at. Nonetheless, in the desert, in the heat and over the extremely long distances it will take for you to get on the base premises. I did say it's the longest runway in the world, or it was for one time. I don't know if you've ever been on an Air Force base before, but even walking the length of a runway can be exhausting. It's just the longest in the world, in the middle of a desert. They could just open the gates, let everybody go through, and most of these guys are probably going to end up, and gals, dropping dead or dying of dehydration before they even get to the runway by the time they have to march and walk and hike all the way to the base. So it's just like not very well thought out, and you're going to run the entire way. Okay, even better. You're just going to drop dead faster. So we will see. I saw some news articles today. It's a impending humanitarian disaster. They think the military is just going to gun these guys down if they do make it through the barbed wire electrified gates and stuff they have. I don't know. Whatever. People like attention. A lot of people are bored. Got nothing to do. So let's go. Maybe this is like the Woodstock for my generation or something. Maybe every year. Yeah, here we go. So every year from now, we'll have a Storm Area 51 convention. And every year we'll get a little closer and closer to getting through that gate. And, people can dress up in costumes and, how cool, great. That little town of Rachel will love it, I guess. Helps their economy out. Food truckers, that's great. Helps their, I should be there selling T-shirts, man. I wasn't thinking, So, a lot of money to be made, but not a lot of aliens to be found. But we will see. So I don't know. Speaking of attention getting, why do you think I'm doing this video today? Let's get some views here. But let's think about it. What happens if, I don't know, do a thought experiment? What happens if, they actually get through the gates? What happens if they actually somehow make it all the way onto the base? What happens if they actually get into some hangars? Hey, that'd be cool, right? You know me, man. I love airplanes. I aviation and technology. Like, I eat that stuff up. So hey, if we can learn about any new black projects that got tested there, hey man, that's cool by me. So I don't mind that at all. So some of that technology is probably super old, probably needs to be declassified anyways. But who knows what they got back there? And what's that guy, Bob Lazar? He was on the Joe Rogan podcast a while ago. Kind of got semi-famous again, but he's been on TV since like the 90s. He was like a engineer who like worked on the base, and he's like the only one who's spilling the secrets now about what he saw and anti-gravity technology and little men walking around there. Is this even related? I will say this. I don't know. Do I believe in aliens? Yeah, of course. Universe is too big. Are they here? I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Probably not, but maybe. I remember I had this is going to be a very random story. I'm almost done. I'm trying to get 10 minutes. Because that's what YouTube likes on these videos. But this was back in the 90s. So I had one of my best friend, his older, this is one of those stories. My best friend's older sister's boyfriend in the 90s actually joined the Air Force like out of high school. And he actually got deployed to the White Sands Missile Base in New Mexico. That's where they tested the atomic bomb. And that's kind of like maybe a mini Area 51. So there's a lot of spooky stuff that I guess goes on there, I guess. So he was like I don't know if he was on leave or he was in town visiting, and him and the girlfriend were there, and I was at my buddy's house, and he was talking about some of the stuff he saw, and I guess, I don't know, there's a mountain or a hill in New Mexico that you like drive on this hill and you put your car in neutral and it rolls up the hill. I don't know. That's what the girlfriend was saying. So, maybe gravity's messed, maybe they blew up so many bombs, they ruined gravity there. I don't know. You'd think you'd see that on the internet, but that's a total YouTube video if someone could find that hill. But anyway, rambling. There was he did say that when he actually worked on I think F-117s is what his job was. He was like a mechanic or something like that. And I guess they're a pain to work on because you got to be very careful how you touch them. And the paint they use is like $100,000 for a can of paint. Anyway, point I'm trying to get to is he did say, totally serious, totally deadpan, his boyfriend, that he was in a hangar working on a plane when like a officer came by with a little man next to him, a real skinny little guy, and I guess they were all ordered to look the other way, and then they were all ordered not to tell what they saw, and if they did, there'd be like repercussions or something. So I still remember that over 20 plus years ago. But he wasn't like laughing. I don't know if he was pranking me or something. I don't know, man. Whatever. That's probably the closest encounter I ever had with aliens. It's a third-hand story from the 90s. But anyway, I don't know. We'll see. Hey, cool. More power to you guys. Go get them, boys. Storm those gates. Let's see what's in there, and make sure you live stream it. I'll be tuning in today to see what happens. Must see TV, right? And let's storm Area 51. And hey, if it takes off and it becomes a thing, maybe next year I'll be there selling shirts. So you'll see me there making some money. Anyway, I gotta go, and I got stuff to do. You do too. And good luck, guys. Rooting for you. Go get them. See you. Bye.